Now, one of the things I do want to apologize, if in fact you guys have any questions during this webinar, we have Bill Connor that has been so nice to join us. He is a moderator. Please chat any questions that you might have, and he can definitely get you taken care of. And again, I apologize for just letting you know that right now. What we're going to cover at this point is going to be what's manual for you. First and foremost is exit scheduling. We have an amazing exit scheduling tool for you guys, and in my opinion, it's really, really imperative to secure the next visit. It's one of the more challenging things for us in this industry. And I hate to say it, but it's really important that we apply kind of the same process as your dentist. One of the things we get challenged with is they might not be due for another service for 3 to 6 months, maybe longer. We don't know what we're going to be doing during that time unless maybe we have a vacation plan. And that's okay. That's where your appointment reminders come in. So one of the things I highly encourage is when you move your vehicle to waiting for pickup, you're going to get a pop-up window, which is what we call as your next appointment. In this pop-up window, it allows you to secure the next visit and also educate yourself as a service advisor, in addition to your motorist, when they're going to be due for their next service and what information, or excuse me, what services are due. So for example, if in fact, let's say you want your customer has a recommended service and you want to remind them about that in 14 days, you can schedule a reminder call here and it will go into your call campaigns, and we'll talk about that shortly. Now, this is going to let you know what their annual mileage is. We do driver calculations. We want to know how many miles on average they drive per year so we can identify when they're going to approach the next interval they're due for. So what you see is here is their annual mileage, the configured interval. 37,000 miles, 3,700 miles or 6 months, whatever come first. It's going to determine when they're due for their next oil change. Down here is going to let you know based on their driving pattern and the interval that's set for this motorist, when they're due for their next oil change. In addition to that, you're going to see if there's any recommendations and where they're coming from, inspection results or point of sale system. In this area here, what you're going to see is what services are due, when they're due, and you have the ability of exit scheduling. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into a live environment and we're going to take a look at this together. So number one is you will get a pop-up window. Nonetheless, if you close that out, you can still click on next appointment to access. Inside of here, and give me one moment, I'm actually going to choose a different one. We're going to look here. And what you're going to see here is number one is all customer information. Again, we have the miles here, the configured interval. One of the things you can do is you can override the system. If in fact this customer needs to come in sooner or later than 6,000 miles in 6 months, you can come in here and change it. When you change the interval, what's going to happen is this due date will automatically change too. So if you decide to override the system, keep in mind, it will stay like that forever unless you change it again. The other thing you have in here is it's showing you point of sale recommendations that are coming from the point of sale system. We talked a little bit about making sure that what we're putting in the system makes sense to our customers. Personally, I don't know what DIP is. Maybe our motorists don't either. This is a good example of making sure that we are very clear and we're speaking to the layman, the person that might not understand what DIP means as a recommendation. Why? So they come back in. If in fact there's any recommendations from inspection results, inspection results would be equivalent to immediate attention items, or future recommendations are going to be in here as well. Couple things you can do. Number one is if in fact the service is not valid, you do not want to remind your customer about it, unselect it. This will remove it from the reminder. If in fact you want to select a different due date, you want your customer to come in sooner or later, come in here, change your due date. Use your calendar and or select 30, 60, 90 days. Next, can we exit schedule? If so, what you need to do is, this is a toggle switch. This yellow box that says next R means next reminder, and you can see all of the check marks around a reminder. If in fact we can exit schedule, Click here. It's going to turn it this turquoise color. It's going to put an A in now. Our check marks is on appointment reminder. You can click schedule and schedule your appointment. If in fact you are scheduling an appointment through your point of sale system, my recommendation would be not to exit schedule here, to take the due dates and put that information directly in your point of sale system. Now, the other thing that I will caution you on is one of the most successful ways to exit schedule with your customer is to simply let them know your next service is going to be due on October 26th. I would like to get you scheduled for this. They're probably going to say, yeah, I'm not sure. It's okay. Let them know we're going to send you 2 service reminders. Appointment reminders. If that day and time does not work for you, please give us a call and we can reschedule that. So please, please, please try and secure your next appointment and exit